here are my current favorite YouTube channels. There's a lot of really cool information and conspiracy theories that aren't conspiracies on the Y-Files. I think that dude and his little hecklefish are so cool. And then there's the International Spiritual News Network, who has a bunch of different channels, a bunch of different people channeling information. And then the mysterious Middle East. This shit blows my mind. The Middle East is so historical, so much shit happened over there. It's like mind-blowing. Been spiritually awake for since August, 4 months. My mind is blown. I was dumber than a fucking box of rocks before. I can't even freaking believe all this shit. Open Your Reality, a lot of cool information on there. And I really like this Cub Cougar guy, Jacob Cougar. He has a supernatural podcast, and he's got a really interesting perspective. No, kitty, go away. The Fifth Kind, always love that. With Paul Wallace. Got Christo's avatar here with Fabian. And this is Inner Christos Guardian information. And as always, Sarah Alcalde from Oscar, stop knocking on my door. Sarah Alcalde, The Alchemist, love her. And then I got Forbidden Knowledge with good old Billy Carson on there. Sphere Being Alliance, that's Corey Good. Corey Good has some freaking credentials, and he has a lot of information, a lot of ET contact. Jeff Mara podcast, a lot of cool shit on there. This is pretty new. This is a new channel, Unified. It's pretty cool. They have a whistleblower on there, a couple of them actually, but really cool information. And then there's Morg, who I love, who says he's Hyperion. And Hyperionism is a mathematical system that will replace science and religion. Silence, kitty. I can't believe you got it open. Who knows? Who knows? I know I didn't come busting out the Matrix to identify as anything ever again. But, that's what Morg talks about. And then here's some just random questions. And then some people who were channeling. But there are a lot of people who say there are 9 dimensions. But then, kitty. But, Guardian materials say 15. Who the hell is right? Who the hell is this Yanukarev Shlomo Yehuda guy over in Israel? Got the Jews, Christians, Muslims, all of them arguing over this guy. And I'm just wondering what the hell he is, because he seems like a pretty interesting character over there performing miracles and stuff. Super interesting. I wonder what the spiritual community thinks about that dude. And this Moses and the 10 Commandments. Well, not only do all spiritual people understand that the gods are extraterrestrials, but many have said, including Bashar, that multi-dimensional beings, extraterrestrials, was who Moses was speaking to, and all of these people, really. And then, who's controlling everything? Kanye West went on Alex Jones and really made a dickhead out of himself, and, you know, ain't no support in that shit, but he had a lot of points when he started rattling off the owners of all of the huge companies and the music industry. They're Jewish. The Jews own everything. The Catholics control the narrative. Islam is a threat. I mean, literally, the Abrahamic branch of religion seems like they're controlling a lot of shit here. And it's pretty interesting. Big religion is an over $1 trillion a year business. Wonder why. And then these men in black. Thousands upon thousands of people who have seen UFOs or had any kind of contact with extraterrestrials have come into contact with these men in black, who changed their name after the movie came out to FAC, according to this unified whistleblower. Fixers, assassins, and cleaners. And in the Christos, Guardian information tells you what density these men in black come out of. And I have Roger with Crowder here, because I didn't want to forget to mention him. He, just within the last couple of days, made a statement on his show that he's just about done with this shit. I was a pretty hardcore conservative my whole life until I started stepping back and really realizing and doing my research, and wow, they are actually all in cahoots. Stephen Crowder's on there saying that, you know, the big time conservatives are even trying to silence him. And when you go into Guardian information, everybody's wondering, where are these agendas coming from? Who in the hell is behind all of these shitty agendas? They have a lot of answers about that. And I would still choose the person that everybody else who is corrupt in this world hates. I don't know if I'm going to vote this time. I don't really know if I give a shit about this two-party floundering system that doesn't work. But looking around at all of the creatures and people who totally hate Trump, that still makes me like him a little bit. Not all that much, though. When you go back through history, you can't even, normal everyday conservatives and God-fearing Christians and stuff cannot even freaking fathom how fucked up that party has been this whole time too. Can't even see it. It's a shame. We got Matthias Stefano, who has been possessed by Thoth before. And a lot of people seem to really like Thoth. Looks like Billy Carson, because he knows so much about the Emerald Tablets in ancient Egypt and stuff. Seems like he speaks about him fondly, because it looks like Thoth did some pretty cool things for humanity. But Guardian information says that Thoth's actually the one who contaminated the Emerald Tablets and fucked a lot of stuff up. Indigo Angel has been possessed by the spirit of Mother Mary. Dolores Cannon was apparently almost killed by Seth. Got Benny Ferguson channeling Abraham. I think he was on International Spiritual News Network. Lee Carroll and a bunch of other people channel an entity called Cryon. Angie Hipple, she channels creatures from the Judah collective. Stop climbing on everything. This cat's a terror. Robin Jelinek, she channels 10 beings from an Athena collective. Now, this is the stuff that Guardian Information is saying. That Enlil and Enki and all of these gods and goddesses, biblical characters, they're not simply one entity. They are collectives. So I thought this stuff was really interesting. A lot of people who have read the removed book of Judah and did a lot of research on this Judah character say that Jesus forced him to turn coat against him, and that Judah and Jesus were like best friends, and Judah didn't want to do what he did, but Jesus forced him to and told him to, knowing what was going to happen. A lot of Christians still think that Mary Magdalene was just a freaking whore. It's actually really, really weird, really, really wild. But this Bashar, Daryl Anka, channels his future self. It is a future extraterrestrial being named Bashar. It just named itself Bashar, so somebody had something to call him. This was really annoying. I was in a Christos Avatar chat, and because I'm in their live chats all the time, and somebody that I'd met from that group was like giving me information to check into, a lot of really cool stuff. It was like, yeah, you should definitely check out Bashar and blah blah blah. So I had a question, and I asked it in this chat about, something that Bashar said, and then the same dude that gave me the information was like, Bashar is a fallen ET working for the Galactic Federation. And I'm like, okay, bro, thanks for telling me that when you told me to look him up. But these people have totally different views on things, and it's like, okay, well, who's right here? This freaking spirituality community is so fucking big, and nobody's talking about it, and there's just so many of them. It's like, who in the hell is actually right? He says there's 9 dimensions. Who knows? Who cares? Bashar has said that for all of the souls on this earth, there's only about 300,000 oversouls connecting us all. That was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting information. It seems like people can't stand Ashiana Dean and can't stand this Guardian take. Okay. Well, then we have people like Billy Carson over here going, yeah, you're all worshiping alien gods. And he says things like I say, that these gods probably never even left. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The gods are just kind of watching us play this game of fighting. Okay, but then he'll be the first one to say reptilian agendas and extraterrestrial agendas are conspiracy theories. Well, how can you acknowledge the fact that we're all under control or worshiping extraterrestrial gods who probably never even left, but acknowledging extraterrestrial agendas being played out is, that's the line. Okay. He also says there's no black people in the Illuminati. He says that the Illuminati is a super, super small collective of pretty much Masons, and it's all a bunch of white people. Okay. Well then, what collective is Jay-Z and Beyonce working for? What collective, what collective is Obama working for? I understand there's been a lot of whitewashing throughout history, and I can definitely acknowledge the fact that black people have a lot of shit to be pissed about throughout history. I literally had to try to make that a little bit more legible because that was terrible. But it's funny because there's an awful lot of black people who are 100% working against us. So we're just gonna keep making things about race and gender. That's why nothing's gonna get better. But these are just the things that I've been looking at. A lot of information out there.